This is the fight of their lives. 56 elite fighters battling 8 weeks for 8 life-changing contracts.
And that's enough! What a fight. The pursuit of $1 million championship is still alive for you.
Who will survive?
Knockout victory!
An MMA reality competition unlike any other.
Literally anything could happen.
Unbelievable!
This is the 2023 Challenger Series.
Welcome once again, fight fans, to PFL Challenger Series weigh-ins from Orlando, Florida and Universal Studios. Sean O'Connell here, and happy to be so for the 8th straight week of Challenger Series action. If you're new to the Challenger Series, let me explain how this thing works for you. We've got 8 fighters on every one of these cards. That means 4 fights, but only 1 contract to give away. Our 4 fight winners are eligible for the contract. The PFL will narrow 4 winners down to 2 finalists. The celebrity panel has a vote. You, the fans at home, have an opportunity to weigh in and help us choose a contract winner. And the winner will appear in our 2023 PFL season. We've had an incredible 7 weeks up to this point. Thad Jean started off the action. Then it was Amanda Levy and Abe Babley striking and grappling. Punches, kicks, submissions, every technique in the book, all on display from rising prospects searching for the opportunity of a lifetime, earning themselves a chance at a $1 million chase in our PFL regular season. Here's the winners so far through 7 weeks. Welterweights, Thad Jean remained undefeated. The same is true of Amanda Levy, Abraham Babley, and Elvin Espinoza, rising prospects in all of those weight classes. Then the women's flyweights took center stage, and Dirty Des Yanez earned the first flyweight contract in the PFL. Brian Sorcher, he's an undefeated fighter out of Mexico. He takes home the men's featherweight contract. Impaka Sanganai stepped in at 205 pounds, and that brings us to tonight. Second chance opportunities for these fighters, perhaps one last chance for people to earn a PFL contract. Randy Couture is back, and the queen herself, Kayla Harrison, is here helping us decide who wins a contract tonight. Randy, second chance, in some cases third, even fourth chances tonight. What's it going to take to earn a contract?
Well, sometimes it's not just how you perform in the cage, but how you stack up against the other fighters fighting here tonight. Certainly the case here in the second chance with a lot of different weight classes represented.
And Kayla Harrison, no one knows better than you what it takes to truly succeed in the PFL. As a 2-time champion, I imagine that is the bar that you've set for some of these fighters. What do you expect?
I expect a great night of fights. You know, I think that the women are probably going to steal the show. That's my guess. But anyone's got a chance, and $1 million is on the line. So
let's take a look at the fight card for tonight. We'll start the action with Sadek Sanan and Ali Omar. From there, we move to the heavyweight division where Denzel Freeman takes on Raiden Kovach. The aforementioned women, Jackie Cataline and Evelyn Martins, have both impressed in previous outings. Will they earn a contract tonight? We'll see. And then Kenley St. Louis and Paulo Laya are back for second chance opportunities. Our first fight of the night will take place at welterweight. Sadek Sanan and Ali Omar. Sanan is the first fighter representing Burkina Faso on a PFL stage. Randy, let's talk about Sadek. You see the Burkina Faso flag there, but he trains at a pretty renowned camp here in the United States.
Absolutely, out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with Duke Rufus and Rufus Sports. Rufus has taught him a lot. He says, I've learned a lot from this man. He's got great striking. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He wants to pressure. He wants to use those hands and test the chin of his opponent and see if he has what it takes to get a PFL contract tonight. This guy is well-rounded as well, so it's going to be interesting to see who has their way.
Welterweight, by the way, one of the toughest weight classes in the PFL, so if you're going to impress, you got to really impress. Now let's talk about Ali Omar. He's got some Iowa roots, and some people think, oh, that's a wrestler. He's got incredible striking. He's trained at Syndicate MMA. This is 2 great camps potentially coming together.
Yeah, Ali definitely considers himself more of a striker. He had an illustrious amateur career 5 championships and multiple weight classes. He feels that Sinan is an aggressive fighter, but he thinks that he's going to leave himself open for counter strikes, and Omar is going to be able to capitalize on that.
So Sadek, Sinan, and Ali Omar starting the action, trying to earn a welterweight PFL invitation. And Ali Omar is standing by backstage with our very own Kenny Florian. Kenny?
Sean, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm here with Ali. And Ali, you know, you're a realtor, right? You work in real estate. You're also a very creative marketer as well. I love this. It says, Ali Omar is Iowa's toughest realtor. Ali's work ethic, tenacity, loyalty, and unwavering dedication gives his clients an advantage in any market. I love it, man. Has this helped you as far as give you an edge over other realtors out there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I come from like a very different background than, you know, most realtors. I'm an athlete, and, you know, I love just helping my clients out and, you know, also sharing my story with them. And they always find that very interesting.
I want to talk about that background. You know, a lot of people seeing a fighter, a mixed martial arts fighter from Iowa, they think, oh, he's got to be a long-time wrestler. But no, you actually came up striking both in Taekwondo and boxing. What got you into mixed martial arts?
Well, I grew up watching UFC and Pride FC with my dad. When I was about 12 years old, I fell in love with it. I would stay up watching like the Ultimate Fighter, watching all the UFC Bellators and everything, just a fan of the sport.
Well, Ali, we're looking forward to your fight here in the Challenger Series. Sean.
That brings us to fight number 2, and the heavyweights, Denzel Freeman and Raiden Kovac. It'll be 3 5-minute rounds at 265 pounds. Denzel Freeman, like many of our fighters, has a really interesting story. This man is a proud Marine.
Fighting for Marine Corps benefits me as a fighter because one thing that the Marine Corps definitely instills is discipline. You might think you knew what discipline was, but Marine Corps gives you a different definition. It also teaches you how to do things for not just yourself, but for other people.
There you go, there you go, there you go.
They give you this opportunity to fight and wrestle. So, you know, I have to perform. I have to work even harder to prove to them that I definitely deserve this moment.
Once you earn the title of Marine, you never lose it. And so for a lifetime now, he carries the title of a United States Marine Corps officer into every single cage he goes into. And that's something that no one can take away from him.
This Challenger Series is showing me that I have been taking the right steps. This contract would change my life because it would give me an opportunity to do what I love, fighting, wrestling, and being a Marine.
So you've got a member of the military who likes Greco-Roman wrestling. That means you're going to hang out with Randy Couture. You actually spent some time with Denzel Freeman.
Yeah, it was really fun. We got to get in a helicopter and fly around Orlando, look at all the theme parks from a distance. Denzel's a great guy. He's moved up in rank to captain. He's also moved to the reservists. That allowed him to relocate himself to Colorado Springs, train in Greco-Roman full-time, and continue to pursue his professional fighting career. This is a very big, very athletic Marine. He's a great guy, and he comes from a very similar background as mine, Greco-Roman wrestling.
Really, really cool of you, Kayla, to allow Randy and Denzel to take your helicopter out for a little.
It was their lucky day, the luck of the Irish.
Really, really sweet of you. Let's talk about Raiden Kovac, though. This is a guy who comes from a totally different background. We're talking small town, like 2,700 people. That's the population of the town that he's coming out of and training out of. Will that be enough to prepare him for a fight like this?
Like how many people know your name? Or
Savage.
No, Kovacs is making his pro MMA debut. He considers himself a grappler, which will be interesting coming from fighting someone like Freeman, who is also a Greco-Roman. He says he's going to try not to have a game plan because he thinks that the best fighters adapt on the fly, and he's going to try to make his opponent fight his fight.
Kenny Florian is backstage with Raiden. Kenny?
That's right. Thanks, Sean. So I want to talk about your name. Easily the coolest name here on the card. Way cooler than Sean O'Connell, that's for sure. But, you know, I saw the Mortal Kombat tattoo. Raiden, of course, one of the characters on there. Was it inspired by the video game?
No, I actually play Scorpion.
Oh.
So
everyone's like, oh, you play him, right? And I'm like, no, I just thought it sounded cool. Like, everyone thinks there's a cool story attached to it. It's not. It's purely like surface level, superficial. I think Scorpion's the best, personally.
All right, well, hopefully you fight like Scorpion out there tonight, man. Good luck. Sean.
Thank you. Women's featherweights will take center stage in our third bout of the evening. Jackie Cataline and Evelyn Martins. All right, Randy, Jackie Cataline, very familiar at this point, the PFL Challenger Series. And one of my favorite things about her is she's just so mad about the fact that she has to keep coming back to try and earn this contract. Chip on the shoulder is an understatement.
Absolutely, and sometimes it's not about how you perform in the cage, but how you stack up against everybody else that fought that night. She's done a great job. She's had a submission and a TKO in the Challenger Series fights. Here she is using her wrestling. Here she is a ground and pound, letting those hands go against the Dutch female. She does a great job here in getting a victory in the second round. She's got to be scratching her head. What do I need to do here? Hopefully she puts it together tonight. She's pulling out all the cards. It's Women's History Month. She says we have to choose a woman tonight.
Well, Kayla predicted the same thing, that the women would shine tonight. We know that Evelyn Martins is very well-rounded as well, and still only 20 years of age.
Yes, Evelyn made her MMA debut at just 18. She trains at American Top Team with me, and when I tell you she is a beast, I'm telling you she's a beast. Anyone who comes and trains with me at 18 and wants to spar, I know that she's here for real. I know that her card says that she's a striker, but honestly, this girl can do it all. She's one of those next generation MMA fighters who is well-rounded. She can get a win from anywhere, anytime. Her game plan is to keep the pressure from the outside and force Jacqueline to make mistakes and have dilemmas.
She calls herself a striker, but to your point, won her last bout here by submission. She did not make weight in that bout, which probably put her behind a little bit on the judges' scorecard, so to speak. She did make weight for this second chance bout, so becoming more and more professional each time she steps into competition. That brings us to our final bout of the evening. Kenley St. Louis will take on Paulo Laia, little USA versus Brazil matchup. This one at 155 pounds. All right, let's talk about Kenley St. Louis. The last time he was in the Challenger Series cage, he got offered a very short notice fight at welterweight, said, sure, I'll take it, and came away victorious.
He did great. He made it to the final spot to be voted in for that contract. It went to Thad Jean, his teammate. So he's back for a second chance here. He moved down to lightweight. Unfortunately, he missed weight by 9/10 of a pound. So that's a little blemish on his record there, but I'm sure he can make. He's a great striker, a very well-rounded fighter that fancies himself a striker, definitely wants to use those hands and test his opponent's chin tonight and see if he's got what it takes.
So Kenley St. Louis back for a second chance opportunity. The same is true of his opponent, Paulo Laia, the first deaf fighter to step into a PFL cage. And this is a guy, if you're going to get a win over him, you're really got to try and finish. He survives. He's like a cockroach in there.
I thought his nickname should be Gumby. You say cockroach. I don't know. Yeah, Paulo is quite the story. He's from the PFL's International Qualifier Series, Brazil. He won that. He respects St. Louis, but says that he's the better striker. He thinks he's going to be fine if it goes to the ground. We all know he can get out of anything, so we're not worried about that. Despite the dangerous submission attacks, he escaped last fight. He came away without injury, so he thinks he's going to take it to St. Kenley, and he thinks he respects him, but he's a much better striker.
Also, one of the tallest lightweights you're going to see. The kid's like 6'3", crazy long reach at 155 pounds. That could be something to watch for in this fight. Kenny Florian is backstage one more time. Kenny?
Sean, thank you very much. So you had a phenomenal debut here at PFL Challenger Series at welterweight, coming in here at lightweight, but you didn't make the weight. You know, sometimes the celebrity judges don't look too kindly on people who didn't make weight. What do you need to do to overcome that?
I think I just have to get my walk-around weight a little bit lighter. Usually I walk around like 180. I want to drop it to at least 178 and then go from there.
All right, Kenley, well, we're looking forward to another great performance. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kenny. There's Ray Sefo. When the president of fighter operations is in the building, that means one thing. It means we'll have fighters on the scale next when we return to the Challenger Series weigh-ins on Fubo Sports.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Winning isn't enough. They must also impress the celebrity judges and the fans, both of whom cast a vote. The contract winner then moves into the 2023 PFL season, where they have a shot at a world title and $1 million.
And again, we are live on this 2023 PFL Challenger Series from Orlando, Florida, our home Universal Studios, where we have awarded thus far 7 contracts. Week 1, Thad Jean won it for the welterweights. Week 2, the debut of the women's featherweights. Amanda Levy took that one. Abraham Babley, the Brit, took it for the heavyweights. Elvin Espinoza for the lightweights. Dirty Desyanes in the debut of the women's flyweights. Brian Sarcher for the men's featherweights. Impa Kasanganay got it last week for the light heavyweights. And again, this week 8, second opportunity fight. Second chance for these fighters to win that contract and change their lives. This is tonight's fight card. We're going to kick it off with Sadek Sanan from Rufus Sport, Ali Omar from Syndicate, again Denzel Freeman, Raiden Kavax, and Jackie Cataline in her fourth opportunity against Evelyn Martins' second chance here. And the main event, Kedley St. Louis squaring off against the Brazilian Gumby, Pedro Laya, Paulo Laya, who is just a true inspiration in the cage. Again, tonight we are coming to you live from Orlando, Florida for this 2023 PFL Challenger Series. We want to thank DAZN for airing this 2023 Challenger Series in over 50 countries. Again, tune in on DAZN. And the last opportunity in this series to win a contract. Stay tuned for the weigh-in.
Pounds.
Our second bout of the evening will take place in the heavyweight division. Denzel Freeman and Raiden Kovacs. Once again, Terrence Ward.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Frederick, Maryland, here is Raiden Kovacs. He weighs in tonight for an official weight of 263 1/2 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Atlanta, Georgia, here is Denzel Luke Fox Freeman. His official weight for tonight is 260 1/2 pounds.
Two fights down and two more to go. We'll get them on the scale when we return to the Challenger Series weigh-ins on Fubo Sports.
Changing contracts.
That's enough! What a fight. The pursuit of $1 million championship is still alive for you.
Who will survive? An MMA reality competition unlike any other.
Literally anything could happen.
Unbelievable!
This is the 2023 Challenger Series.
Thank you for tuning in to the PFL 2023 Challenger Series. Again, we are at week 8, the last week of this series, and the second chance fights. We have awarded 7 contracts thus far. Some potential stars here in the mix: Thad Jean, Amanda Levy, Abraham Babley, Elvin Espinoza, Desiree Yanez, Brian Searcher, and Impa Kasanganay, all officially part of the PFL roster as of now. And tonight is the second chance and the last chance this series for one of these athletes to win a contract for themselves. Sadek Sanan, Ali Omar, Denzel Freeman squaring off against Raiden Kovacs, Jackie the Hybrid Cataline squaring off against Evelyn Martins, Kenley St. Louis, who we saw week 1, who accepted a last-minute 24-hour notice fight in the welterweight category, fighting in his normal weight division, squaring off against the Brazilian Gumby and truly inspirational fighter, Paolo Laya. Again, we are live from Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida, and we are airing on DAZN in over 50 countries. Thank you, DAZN.
Welcome back to the PFL Challenger Series weigh-ins, women's featherweights. Next, it's Jackie Cataline and Evelyn Martins.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, here is Evelyn Espertana Martins. Her official weight tonight is 144 3/4 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of East Vale, California, here is the hybrid Jackie Cataline. Her official weight tonight is 144 1/2 pounds.
And the final bout of the evening will take place at lightweight between Kenley St. Louis and Paolo Laya.
In the blue corner, fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, here is Paolo Laya.
Okay.
He weighs in tonight at 156 pounds. In the red corner, fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, here is the Highlander, Kenley St. Louis. His official weight tonight is 156 3/4 pounds.
Everybody weighed in, ready to go. We'll put a bow on the weigh-ins when we return to the Challenger Series action on Fubo Sports.
Each night there are 4 fights, but only one PFL contract awarded. For the challengers, winning isn't enough. They must also impress the celebrity judges and the fans, both of whom cast a vote. The contract winner then moves into the 2023 PFL season, where they have a shot at a world title and $1 million.
And again, we want to congratulate the 7 athletes that have already won their PFL 2023 Challenger Series contracts and officially joined the league. Thad Jean in the welterweights, Amanda Levy, women's featherweights, Abraham Babley, the Brit, in the men's heavyweights, Elvin Espinoza as a lightweight. The debut of the women's flyweights brought us Dirty Desiree Yanez. Brian Searcher took it for the featherweights, and Mr. Kasanganay took it last week for the light heavyweights. Again, here is a look at tonight's fight card. The main event tonight, Kenley St. Louis squaring off against a Brazilian inspiration of a fighter in Paulo Laia. This fighter is just such a talented guy. Again, Jackie Cataline making her 4th appearance in this Challenger Series, squaring off against American top teams Evelyn Martins in the women's featherweight bout. 2 very, very high-level talented women. And again, we want to thank the DAZN as our broadcast partner for this PFL 2023 Challenger Series in over 50 countries internationally. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. We are coming to you live from the Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida for this Week 8, the second chance week for the PFL 2023 Challenger Series. And again, one more contract is left on the table for tonight. It will be one of the 4 winners. And again, these fighters are looking for that contract and ultimately looking to change their lives, enter a global series tournament, and win that $1 million.
The PFL regular season debuts Saturday, April 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. ESPN and all your favorite sports, news, and entertainment channels are available on Fubo. Sign up now and get 7 days free at FuboTV.com/PFL. That's FUBOTV.com/PFL. Challenger Series action on Fubo Sports one last time. 8 straight weeks we've been here in Orlando, Florida. Sean O'Connell and Randy Couture and Kayla Harrison one more time. Look, first fight is at 9 p.m., okay? Very excited to see these second chance opportunities, who can make good, who has to go back to the drawing board. Kayla, I'll start with you. You think it's going to be about the women tonight?
Absolutely.
Adeline and Martins. What gives you that feeling?
Well, first of all, what did you say about Jackie? She's got a chip on her shoulder, so I think she's coming to throw down. And I know for a fact that Evelyn can throw down, so I think they're going to steal the show. I really do. I'm putting my money on it right now.
Randy, we have a couple of really big heavyweights. Now, not all heavyweights are created equal. Sometimes you see someone walking around like me, 230 pounds. These
Or
are
me.
Yeah. These are 260-plus pound heavyweights. These guys they're coming for it.
Absolutely, legit heavyweights. And what's remarkable to me is we got one that's stepping out for his pro debut tonight in this forum. Man, that is a lot of courage right there. Hopefully he has a great night.
So the 8th of 8 straight weeks here on Fubo Sports. Challenger Series action is going to be a lot of fun. Remember, for some people, this is a pro debut. For others, this is their last shot at earning themselves a PFL Challenger Series contract. It's second chance week. Week 8. First fight at 9 p.m. Eastern on Fubo. Kayla Harrison is going to be there as one of our celebrity judges. Wiz Khalifa is joining us remotely, by the way. Randy Couture, of course, is in the building. Kenny Florian will be sitting next to me. You be there with us for the first fight at 9 when the PFL Challenger Series comes back on Fubo Sports.